Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to part 17 of What If Kurama gave Naruto a dojutsu. Remember to get this one to 100 likes as usual. Share it to all of your friends on your social media platform, and if you haven't yet, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and click that red subscribe button if you're a new viewer and this is the first time you hear my voice, and enjoy. And I also did a new episode of Naruto, the God of Shinobi, on my second channel, so go enjoy it as well. And I am going to be posting What If Naruto Went Missing for 4 years after this. So remember to stay in tune and connected by turning on that bell notification to see exactly when I post. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Start the intro. You can change. So the last time we left off, Team 7 was given a mission with Team 8. As they completed the mission really quickly and they had no issues. When Naruto went to the hotel they're in, he put down his things and went to the nearby wood to train and test out his new ability, where Haku found him. As Naruto wanted to test out the fire style that Kurama showed him and he copied with his Shinsei Nagan. But they were ambushed by a S-rank missing nin, as Naruto faced off against the S-rank missing nin, and Naruto managed to finish him off. But before he died, he told Naruto about his sword, the sword that Naruto felt calling towards him. It was the sword of fire, and they have a sword with all elements, and the one that the missing nin had was a sword of lightning, and he gave it to Naruto as he died from being impaled by the spike, the ice spike that Haku taught Naruto. Naruto then passed out because it was a hectic and long battle, as they brought him back to the inn. So yeah, that was basically it, but you guys can go ahead and check it out for yourself and enjoy. So let's get straight into this new episode. Shino and Kiba brought Naruto back into the hotel as they placed him on his bed. Kiba was quite anxious as he really wanted to know what happened between Naruto and the missing nin fight. Everyone else then entered in the room. As Kakashi was the last one, he closed the door behind them. How is he doing? He's doing alright, said Kiba. But I still cannot believe that Naruto managed to beat an A-rank missing nin, Kiba said as Sakura scoffed, making everyone turn and look at her. I bet Naruto only got lucky. That is the reason why he won. If it was Sasuke, he would have beaten that guy without breaking a sweat, Sakura said as everyone in the room rolled their eyes as Haku was ready to form an ice senbon as she wondered if anyone would miss the loudmouth girl. Well, regardless of the case, Naruto still beat him, Shino said, but it took a toll on his body. As Kakashi nodded in agreement, I send a message to the Hokage. I am sure that it will be discussed when we return, Kakashi told them as everyone nodded. As Naruto then mumbled in his sleep, No, don't do it, he said, as he rolled in the bed, as everyone looked at him and wondered what he was talking about. Is he dreaming? Asked Hinata. Kurama could only nod as the others heard him. You cannot do it that way. You have to take it in your mouth slowly. Calmly feel it around your tongue, Naruto said as he continued to dream. Haku, Kurama, and Hinata blushed a deep red as Kiba slammed his head on the bed as he burst in laugh holding his stomach. As Kakashi and Shino raised an eyebrow at him, as Sakura didn't know what to do at all. She just had a blank look on her face. Kakashi, you should stop reading that smut in front of your Genins, Kurama said to him as Kakashi's sweat dropped. Why does everything come back to my book? Kakashi asked as Kiba turned to his sensei as he was still holding his stomach. Kakashi sensei, we should all go now. If I stay here, I am going to die from laughter, Kiba told him. Kakashi's sweat dropped again along with everyone else. Kiba, you're Naruto's roommate, Kiba said as he stopped. He then laughed, as he then nodded as he continued. The ramen was nice and good, just like always, Naruto said as he went back silent. It was about ramen? Hinata asked, as she was shocked. She thought that it was about a complete different subject. As Kakashi chuckled, while Shino twitched the eyebrow, as he turned to leave and closed the door. Well everyone, we completed our mission, let's get some sleep. We will leave in the afternoon, Kakashi said as everyone nodded and exited the room, leaving Naruto and Kiba behind. As Kiba went over to his bed, well Naruto, you're full of surprises, said Kiba, as he then sat down and prepared to sleep. The next morning, Naruto opened his eyes to the rays of sunshine as he turned his eyes to see Kiba sleeping. He then got up and stretched his arms as he winced a bit as he felt sudden pain in his left arm. What is this? Naruto said as he moved around his arm. I don't remember taking so many damage. As Kurama then created a mental link. That's the price you pay while you did that one arm technique while you were going through hand signs, she said with a slight chuckle in her voice. Naruto pouted with a huff as he took out his new sword. Naruto glanced over the features of the new sword as he remembered his fight with the missing nin. I wonder if there are more swords like these too, Naruto asked the Kyuubi as she went into a thinking pose. She had heard about the swords of the elements, but she never seen them herself. This was her first time actually seeing them with her own eyes, as she wondered if Raymond was right. If that missing nin is right, then there are 3 other swords out there, the Kyuubi told him. Naruto nodded as he exited the room, as he went out to the field where he had the fight, as the body was gone and the ice spikes melted. Naruto then made some shadow clones as he took out his fire sword and his lightning sword. Naruto smirked as the flames covered the sword in his right hand and the lightning cackled on the sword in his left. Naruto turned to the shadow clones as he grinned at them. Alright, come at me with all the style of taijutsu that we've learned. I might as well get a dual sword style down, Naruto told his clones. All of them nodded in agreement, but smirked as Naruto turned his head. And why couldn't you ask us to help you? As Naruto turned as he saw Kiba and Haku appear from the trees. Well, I thought that you two were sleeping, and girls do need their beauty sleep, don't they? As Kiba growled at him, as Haku eye twitched with an innocent smile, as Haku then unsealed the giant sword as she had gotten used to the weight. As Kiba put down Akamaru as Naruto went down and pulled his jacket as Kasumi was in there. She barked as Naruto placed her on the ground. A good day for training, isn't it, Naruto? Kasumi asked him. With their mental connection, Naruto chuckled as her black fur grew wild, as her teeth then got sharpened, as Naruto saw Kiba and all fours along with Akamaru on his back, as he saw Haku ready her sword, as Naruto saw his clones ready their kunai and their shurikens. Man, you're all going to try and kill me, aren't you? Asked Naruto, as all of them nodded. Well then, let's begin, he said, as all of them charged at him. With Team 8 and Kakashi. Kakashi was already up and Kunai, as they were already exiting the hotel. Kunai then felt a massive surge of chakra signatures as she turned to Kakashi. You feel that? Asked Kunai. Kakashi nodded as the both of them rushed off where the chakra signatures was. They came up on the field as they landed on a branch as Kakashi smirked. "I guess we found the problem," Kakashi said, as Kurenai chuckled as both saw Naruto clashing his lightning blade against Haku's sword. "I guess he wants to get used to that sword. It's not every day that you get a sword from an A-rank missing nin," Kakashi said to her, as Kurenai nodded in agreement. As she turned to watch the sparring match, Naruto battled with Haku as he started to feel the pressure of her sword on his lightning blade. As he jumped up and dodged a large amount of kunai and shuriken that was coming towards him, as he saw Kiba and Akamaru spiral at him, Naruto spiraled also, as the lightning and the fire went into his technique as he slammed into Kasumi, Kiba and Akamaru, as he yelled, "Firestorm Fang! Passing Fang!" As he battled against them, as Naruto was stronger, he pushed all of them back as they all slammed into a tree, as he then dropped on the ground. He picked up both swords as he steadily rose to his feet. Naruto was getting tired as he was fighting for about an hour now against his friends and his clones, and every time he managed to dispel some of his clones, the last one remained, always summon more clones. So Naruto decided to use a technique that he learned a long time ago. All of the clones surrounded him as Naruto ran through some hand signs fast as possible as he then disappeared. The clones stopped as they looked around the field to find the real one. None of them could find the real Naruto, but soon they saw the clouds turn dark and lightning dominating the skies. Suddenly, the clones have to dodge lightning coming from the skies, and the ground burst open with fire as they jumped on the nearby trees and dodging them. They wondered what kind of ninjutsu was this, as the real Naruto then came back on the field with his swords, as the both of them, one was glistening with fire and the other one with lightning. The clones then charged at him, but they stopped midway as Naruto smiled. Demonic illusion, world never ending nightmare. As Naruto then vanished and appeared right behind the clones, all of them then poof out of existence as Naruto placed the swords on his back in the X form. Haku and Kiba raised an eyebrow as the clones were just screaming like they were being tortured. They then just poof out of existence because they didn't see the demonic illusion. "I think that's enough training, guys," Naruto said to them, as Haku and Kiba nodded as Kasumi ran up to Naruto. "Kakashi sensei, Kurenai sensei, you can come out now," Naruto said as he sat down on the ground. Haku and Kiba turned around to see the two Jonins walking towards them with a smile on their face. "Naruto, how did you do that?" Kurenai asked him. Haku and Kiba were confused at what Naruto did, as he then smirked. "I learned a few things growing up," Naruto said to her, as Haku then turned to Kakashi. "What did Naruto do?" As Kakashi then smiled. Naruto just ended the fight with his clones using a genjutsu. Kakashi said, "Naruto did a genjutsu?" Kiba asked as Kakashi nodded. Kurenai was the one that was most surprised. "I saw everything. That was a true genjutsu. How did you do it?" asked Kurenai. "It's a genjutsu that I learned 3 years ago. I was under some training and I was able to do it because of my large chakra capacity. I had to find an alternate way of doing genjutsu and I found it," Naruto told them. All of them nodded as they looked at the time. It was close to 12, so they decided to talk on the way back home. They all headed back to the hotel as they saw Sakura, Shino and Hinata waiting for them as they ready and went off. Now, they were on the road. "So, as you were saying earlier," Kurenai asked Naruto. "Well, the genjutsu basically showed their target a picture of the world bursting into lightning and fire. I had the idea from a thunderstorm I witnessed as a kid. It was hard, but I managed to get it down. I need to use a lot of chakra for me to do it, or genjutsu technique won't work. Well, that is the only high level genjutsu technique that I come up with right now. The others are only genin levels. Kunai nodded with a smile as she found her opinion about Naruto rising. Right here we're going to have a time skip. 7 hours later, Team 7 and 8 finally made it to Konoha's main gate. As they decided to walk in, as the sun was going down, when everyone turned and saw Sakura on the ground huffing. "Did we have to go so fast?" "Man, I'm tired," said Sakura as she wiped away the sweat. As everyone waited for her to catch her breath, as Naruto thanked Kunai for the genjutsu tips she gave him. "You're very welcome, Naruto. Come to me anytime if you need anything else," Kunai told him. Sakura then got up as the group continued to walk. As they all made it into the gates, everyone then let out a sigh of relief, like they just come back from a difficult mission, which in Naruto's case he did, after fighting that S-rank missing nin, as they decided to head to the Hokage's tower to give their report. As they saw Sasuke with his new sensei. "Hey Sasuke!" yelled Sakura as the group winced, as her voice was so damn loud. Sasuke's eyes narrowed as both him and Naruto's eyes met. "Well dope, how was the mission? I bet you didn't get anything done, did you?" Naruto just narrowed his eyes as he then smirked. "Oh, nothing, Emo. I just defeated a S-rank missing nin. And it wasn't really that hard," Naruto said with an innocent smile, as Sasuke gritted his teeth as Naruto smirked. "I also got a new sword. Isn't it wonderful?" Naruto said as he pulled out the lightning sword, showing it to Sasuke. Kakashi stared at the blade in awe, as everyone but Sakura chuckled at Sasuke's reaction. As Kakashi then looked at Sasuke's new sensei. "Hey Genma, so you're Sasuke's new sensei," Kakashi said. Genma took the senbon out of his mouth as he turned to Kakashi. "Not by my choice, because I had better things to do than teach some arrogant brat," Genma said to him as Kakashi took out his book and began to read. "So, you just got back from a mission?" Kakashi asked him as Genma nodded as he turned to see Sasuke talking down to the team. "We just finished another C-rank mission. The brat has been telling me to take him on another strong mission," as Kakashi patted Genma on the shoulder. "Well, good luck with Sasuke," Kakashi responded. Genma nodded with a sigh as him and Sasuke turned to leave. But Sakura stopped Sasuke. "Hey Sasuke, would you like to?" "No," he said, as he walked off out of sight view as Sakura sighed. As Team 7 revised their mission with Sarutobi and told him everything that happened along with Team 8. "Nice work everyone. Team 8, your payment will be added to your account. You may leave," Sarutobi said, as Kunai, Shino, and Hinata and Sakura leave out of the office, leaving Team 7 alone. "Now that we've taken care of that, Naruto, please explain to me how you defeated that S-rank missing nin," Sarutobi said with his ears at full attention. Naruto smiled. "Well, Gigi, I defeated him on pure luck, I guess, because in the beginning he was strong, too strong for me, but I managed to get the drop on him, all cause of Haku right here. She teach me the ice crystal jutsu and I used it to defeat him," as Haku simply blushed. As Naruto went on to talk about details between the fight between him and Raymond, as Sarutobi and Kakashi listened, as they were impressed by the action and the strength Naruto showed in his fight. as he ended the story with a small discussion that him and Ramen had about the element swords. As Naruto waited for Sarutobi's reaction, he had a blank expression on his face as he tried to come to terms what Naruto told him. Are you okay, Gigi? Naruto asked him. Sarutobi looked at Naruto. He then smiled. Nice work, Naruto. Very, very nice work. I am very impressed with you. Not only you, I am also impressed with Haku and Kiba. All of you have done a good job. I know that the Jonin should be the one to recommend his students, but I fully recommend the three of you to take the tuning exams in 1 month. I must say that the three of you are capable at this. At any other genin that I know, Sarutobi said with a smile, as Naruto, Haku, and Kiba smiled with nod, as Kakashi chuckled. Well, it seems that you three showed much promise. As all of them then turned to leave as Naruto was stopped by Sarutobi. And Naruto, the money of the bounty of Ramen has been added to your account. Naruto smirked with a nod as everyone left the Hokage's office as they talk on the way home. So we only have a month to prepare for the tuning exams. Sound interesting, Kiba said as both Haku and Naruto nodded. Wow, to be recommended by a cage. I feel so important, Haku said with an innocent chuckle. Naruto and Kiba could only nod as Kiba went home. Kiba, say hi to Tsunami and Hana. Kiba nodded and gave him a thumbs up as he took to the rooftops. Naruto and Haku continued their trips home as they enjoyed the night air. You know, Naruto, you scared me when I saw you passed out on the ground, Haku told him as Naruto chuckled. Yeah, sorry about that, Naruto said, as the both of them continued to walk back to the apartment as Naruto's stomach suddenly grumbled. As Naruto then held on to his stomach. I am so hungry, Naruto said. The only thing I ate was breakfast, so I'm hungry. As they turned the corner, and a sparkle was in Naruto's eye as he turned and looked at Haku. Lady Haku, would you give me the honor of taking you out to dinner tonight? Naruto asked her. Haku blushed with a smile. Are you asking me for a date? Haku asked him. Naruto looked up and chuckled with a nod as Haku agreed, as Naruto held onto her hand and dragged her to his favorite place in this village, to eat. After a bit of walking, Naruto and Haku came up on the small stand, the ramen stand. Naruto held up the curtains as he stepped inside as Haku smelled the warm smell of noodles as her stomach was also grumbling. They haven't really eaten anything because of that mission. Sounds like I'm not the only one, Naruto said to her as Haku nodded, as the both of them sit beside each other. As the old man then came around with his daughter. Naruto, it's been a long time, how have you been? Said the old man, as Naruto looked the old man and his daughter over. Oh, I'm fine. How have you guys been? Well, business has been as usual. And who is this? Amy asked as she raised her eyebrow to Haku. Oh, this is one of my friends. This is Haku, as Amy shook Haku's hand. So Naruto, what are your orders? Amy asked him. Naruto smirked as he looked over the menu. 2 Misu's ramen for me and a vegetable ramen for Haku. As Amy nodded as she went off. As Haku turned and looked at Naruto. How did you know that I wanted vegetable ramen? She asked him. Naruto smirked as he adopted a thinking pose. Well, I figured that women like to watch their figure, Naruto said, as Haku's eyes twitched in annoyance, as she couldn't help but say, Naruto was actually right, as the both of them talked, going over their missions as they wait for their meals. As Haku went through her life as a runaway shinobi, as Naruto told her about his life at Konoha. Well, the pleasant memories anyway, not the dark and twisted ones. They got their food as they both put their hands together and said thank you for the food. Naruto was about to dig in. He then realized that he was in the presence of a woman. So he took himself calm and easy. Haku took notice at how polite Naruto was eating, as she then whispered, "Are you trying to make an impression on me?" Naruto just smirked as he took another tiny slurp of ramen. "I wasn't aware that I was doing that, but is it working?" Naruto asked her, as Haku chuckled and nodded. So they eventually finished their meal and they paid. As they were going home, the village was quiet. "So, are you ready to start training tomorrow?" Haku asked him. Naruto turned and looked at her. "You gonna help me with my training?" Naruto asked her. Haku nodded. "If you're okay with it, then I don't mind. But we still need to finish that collaboration jutsu with Kiba," Haku said to him, as Naruto nodded, as he and Kiba and Haku were all working on a jutsu together. They then appeared in front of their apartment. "Thank you for the dinner, Naruto-kun," Haku told him, as Naruto stopped and turned around. "I might be dense, but did you just say Naruto-kun?" Naruto asked her, as she then started to blush. "I did just say that. I am grateful," she said to him, as they lived right beside each other, two different complexes. "I could only wonder where my life would be if I didn't listen to you and ran to Zabuza when you tried to stop me. So I just want to say," as Haku then looked at the ground as Naruto quirked up her eyebrow, as she rushed at him and gave him a quick kiss, as Naruto was just so stunned he didn't move. "Good night, Naruto-kun," Haku said as she walked off and locking the door behind her. Naruto continued to stand there as he could not move. He heard a voice in his head. "Hello, Earth to Naruto. Are you alive? Am I going to have to restart your heart?" the Kyuubi asked him. Naruto snapped out of his daze as he walked to his door. "Well, that was really surprising. So, what are you going to teach me over the month?" Naruto asked the Kyuubi, as she laid on the bed in a thinking position. "Well, since you know that genjutsu, I guess we can work on genjutsu right now. And I will basically teach you how to increase your other ninjutsus and how to work with that double sword. And we will see as we go along. Is that good enough for you?" she asked him, as Naruto smiled. "Top that with the training that Kakashi will want us to do, and I'm gonna be exhausted for the entire month." As Naruto realized that Katsumi was still asleep, as he then placed her on the other side of the bed. As he lied down, he locked out the light and looked up in the ceilings. Haku's lips were quite soft. Naruto said to himself, "Now, I better get some sleep." But guys, I'm gonna be ending this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. And yeah, remember, share to all of your friends on your social media platform. But for now guys, I'm out. Peace.